Hey everybody, appreciate y'all joining us here again at T. Roy Cooks, and welcome to another Thursday Chatting with Troy. As you can see, I've got guests with me. In fact, this is the first Thursday chat that I've traveled and gone to visit another YouTube friend of mine, Mr. Dan over here. Smoky Goodness. Mr. Smoky Goodness, how you doing?
Really great. Great having you guys here.
Appreciate that.
I said you guys because he's going to announce our next special guest here in a moment.
Right close to me right here. This is Dan's son, Levi. Thanks for joining us, Levi.
Thanks for participating.
If y'all followed Mr. Smoky Goodness, folks, Smoky Goodness on YouTube, y'all go check him out. Links down below. Just hit show more. Along with, if we mention any products or anything like that, we'll show. Just hit show more. There's a lot of stuff in there. But if y'all have been watching Dan for a while, you've seen Levi grow up over the years, folks. It's really cool. Y'all go check him out. He's a fantastic young boy. And Dan's done a great job raising him, along with Mercy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mercy.
Credit goes to her. A lot of it. Most of it. Actually, I can't take any credit at all because I'm trying to corrupt him. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
We've also got my far left over here. We've got Justin, Mr. Babyback Maniac.
Hi guys.
Another YouTuber. Y'all go follow Babyback Maniac. Yeah, you've done some videos with me before.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a Thursday chat before, so I appreciate all the help I have here today. I hope you guys don't mind if I let some of these YouTubers, like Dan, Justin, even Levi here, answer some of these questions that you guys sent in. Hope you don't mind. I appreciate it. And thanks again, guys, for joining me today. This is a blast. And
thanks for allowing us to partake in the wonder of a Thursday chat video live.
I appreciate you having me over here at your house. Thanks for the invite. And thanks for the hospitality.
You're always welcome, you guys. You know,
appreciate
anytime. It. And anybody else out there that wants to drop on by, do it. We love company. So.
It's awesome, y'all.
Matter of fact, I'm going to have something a little bit later on, maybe a couple of weeks. I've got an announcement of somebody else who's, going to be visiting. Huh?
I was just going to talk up a little bit.
No. Oh. Yeah, anyway, I lost my train of thought, so let's continue.
Okay, a couple more weeks, we're going to have something going on.
A couple more weeks. I have an announcement. I'm not sure about it yet, but we may have some more company here in about a year or so, stick around for that. I don't know.
You plan ahead, buddy.
Awesome. No kidding, man. No kidding.
What?
You said another year or so.
Yeah, another year or so, you got somebody else coming. That's going to be exciting.
This just popped up on Facebook.
Hey, you know what? Truthfully, he announced this a year ago because we're here for the eclipse.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
He invited us here a year ago. So he plans ahead. He's a man. Yeah. He's a man of
I knew about the eclipse longer than most people knew about the eclipse.
I knew about it pretty close to the same. We've been talking about this almost 2 years. Yeah. We're actually here. Justin and I came up from Texas to see the total solar eclipse here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Which for a lot of us is a once-in-a-lifetime event.
It is.
I know there's another one coming up in, I don't know how long, but I mean, I've been waiting a long time for.
I've never seen one.
I haven't either. So.
It's awesome. I appreciate the invite, man. Thanks again.
No problem at all.
What are we drinking tonight, folks? What do you got?
This is a very, very light beer.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's called Aquafina.
Aqua. That's Mexican.
Yeah, that's definitely Mexican.
Spanish.
Yes, exactly.
That means
from my home state,
water, I think.
Mexico.
Fine water.
Okay, all right.
Water fine.
Levi?
I have air.
Air?
It's very good.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. Really good.
Also a very light beer.
Also, yeah. I'm drinking some of this. This is a local Nebraska beer, I think, Dan?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh, Lincoln. Okay. This is Zipline, folks. And this is the Kolsch beer. I like a more of a lighter beer. I actually drank this already, but this is very good. I'm going down right now. This is my standard Busch that you guys are familiar with. So that's what I got right now. But this Zipline's some good stuff. And Dan turned me on to that. I appreciate that, Dan.
No problem.
What do you have?
Well, I was drinking. It's mostly gone now, but I'm also drinking a Zipline. I really like this Copper Alt. Probably Zipline's, for me, their flagship beer. I don't know why. I just really like it. So
I want to try it
right
too.
now I'm drinking water because one swig left of this. Saved it for this video.
And I'll be honest, folks. You know why my beer and Dan's beer and Justin over here doesn't have a beer and Levi, He drank his beer a long time ago too.
He's kidding, Mercy.
I am, Mercy.
Yeah.
We were out of beer
Root beer.
because I actually messed up. We were starting to shoot this Thursday chat about a half hour ago, and it's been a while since I've shot a Thursday chat, so I was forgetting that I need to actually hit the record button on my audio recorder. And got to thank Justin and Dan over here for pointing out that, hey man, something ain't right. This ain't cool. So thank these guys. Otherwise, we'd still be filming and we wouldn't have any audio. So we're doing a retake. So I hope y'all enjoy this. It's all good fun. It's my first time away from home shooting a Thursday chat. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Let's get to some questions, folks. I appreciate all the questions. Let's get down to it. First question, let's see. This is from Josh Goldstein, or Goldstein. I apologize if I messed your name up, Josh. He says, why do you always wear sunglasses? Are you in the witness protection program?
Actually, the question becomes, who isn't in the witness protection program?
Good one. Good one. All right, man. That's a good one, folks. I may just leave mine on. What do you think, Levi? We looking like we should be in some kind of movie or something, huh? Yeah.
Joe
Okay.
Men in
Cool
Black.
over here.
Can't see it.
Awesome, man. It's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I can't see anything.
Okay.
When we started this, it was daytime.
It was.
Yeah,
It was. We're having a good time, folks. Thanks for the question, Josh. Let's get some of these other questions. Let's keep going here. Okay.
And I got a feeling we're going to probably fly through the first few
We
questions because we've already answered these.
We are. We actually only answered like 5 or 6 questions.
I know,
Yeah.
but
Half an hour.
Yeah.
We'll fly through these,
Hey,
folks.
it happens.
It does. It does.
This is broadcasting, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, this is live video.
Yeah.
Right. First question. Second question. I'm sorry. Second question. Beast Mode, a gamer, says, "Hey T-Roy, how many pieces of wood do you start out when using your offset smoker?" And second question, how long do you let the wood burn before putting the meat on? He says he used 2 pieces of red oak, and the meat tasted like smoke. It takes about 3 pieces of 18-inch sticks of wood to get my Yoder Wichita up to temp. Your mileage may vary depending on the size of your offset, but usually 2 to 3, mainly 3, usually is what it takes me. And I will let that get down to like a bed of coals. The wood itself is pretty much just coals at that point. Usually the pit is actually up to temp, and that may take an hour or an hour and 15-20 minutes. But once it gets up to temp, the bed of coals are there, then I'll start adding the logs of wood, the sticks. Again, 18 inches long usually. And if they're cold, it may take another 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes for that wood to catch fire and to start really getting some airflow through your firebox and through your cooking chamber to get that nice blue thin smoke coming out of your stack. The other way you can do it, if you're short on time, is once you have the bed of coals, you can take that piece of wood that you're fixing to add, put it on the firebox on top of the outside door, I guess, for the firebox, and heat it up, and that will cut the time down to maybe 10 minutes before.
Which is something I had no
it combusts.
idea that you could do until I saw Phil and Florence doing it.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, that is a really good idea, preheating it like that. So
It works. It works.
yeah.
Depends on how much time you have. Personally, I just like to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm not rushed for time normally.
And I don't have an offset. I've never had one, so
You
I'm
get one.
I know.
Yeah.
Do I have room? Yes, I do. I'll make room.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Justin, you got anything on that?
No, my thoughts are if it tastes smoky, there's a good chance the reason for that is because your fire's not burning hot enough. Your wood is smoldering, and if you open your vents up as much as you can to get that fire really going, your fire will burn a lot cleaner, and you'll have less of that smoky flavor. In fact, sometimes my fire is so hot on my offset that it actually doesn't taste as smoky as I would like. So just it's a good indication that if your food tastes smoky, your fire's not burning hot enough. That's it.
He's also asking, when do you put your meat on? For me,
Yeah.
I usually put my meat on after I've got that thin blue smoke.
Yep.
You agree?
Perfect color.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of talking about there. That clean, thin blue
Yeah.
smoke. Once you get to that point, you're good to go. You know, you might want to get your grates hot enough that they're sterilized and you can scrape off
yeah.
the old stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, the pit's got to be up to temp.
Right, totally.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We're good?
Ditto. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
By the way, I don't know if your microphone's picking up these insects in the background, but I can identify every one of them if you want me to sometime.
By name?
I hear a katydid, I hear crickets.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Bob,
the insect.
Sadie and Tim and Steve.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't named
Jiminy-
them yet. This
Jiminy
is a new
cricket.
generation.
Oh, okay. I was teasing you, man. We're having a good time, folks. Wish y'all were here, man.
Really? Yeah.
Do you want to ask a question?
Ask.
You want to
You
read
wanna
one?
read one?
You want to read a question?
Yeah.
Second one right there.
Oh boy.
Okay, well take
It's
this
a long
one
one.
down here.
Van Gogh 72 asks, "Hey Troy, long-time watcher, first-time commenter. Cheers to you, brother. I have a question for you. How do you get all your different rubs and spices from others? I'm wondering because I'm trying to start making some cook videos myself and wonder how I would go about it. Thanks, T-Roy. Keep up the good work."
Thanks, man. Cheers to you. That's a great question, Van Gogh. You know, when I was small, I would start out allowing people to, companies to send me rubs and stuff and sauces and other products, just simply because I thought it was kind of cool if people were getting me free stuff. But as I progressed, if I get contacted by a company, 99% of the time I'm going to turn them down, because I want to try their product on my own first before I agree to do it on video. So what I will do a lot of the times is if they send me an email asking me to try their stuff, they'll send me something for free if I put it on video or whatever. I ask them to get back with me in maybe 6 months a lot of the time. And I do that because, one thing, my pantry's full. Karen's tired of me getting stuff. But that
Aren't
gives...
all of our pantries full now?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure yours is too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And Levi's, yours is full. Yeah.
Standing room only.
Exactly. But that gives me time. That gives me time to go to their website, check them out, see if they're a reputable company, worthy of, somebody that I want to have on my channel as a company that I would like to help support. But what I'll do too, I'll actually buy their product and I will try it before I put me trying it on video. Because if I don't like it, I'm not going to put it on video. If I do like it, I will put it on video and I will help support that company. And if it's a local company from Texas or Austin or anywhere around the United States, actually, if it's a local company here in the U.S., I will do my best to support it. If it's a company that helps give back to first responders or military, the veterans, all that kind of good stuff, that means a lot to me. Companies that are owned by veterans or people who are ex-police officers, ex-EMS, that kind of thing. I will go above and beyond to try to help them if I can, because I appreciate what they put. They put their lives on the line for all of us. That means a lot to me, and I appreciate it very much. So that's why I'm saying I will go out of my way to try to help promote those kind of companies. But I want to make sure that rub or sauce or whatever it is I'm promoting tastes wonderful, looks good, works like it should, or better than I would think it should, before I start promoting it on my channel. Do you have anything that you've dealt with, Dan?
Well, not really. I'm kind of in your boat. I don't really want somebody to send me something and make me feel like I have the obligation to say I really like it if it's something that I don't like.
Good point.
I mean, they went to the trouble of sending it to me, and if it's a really bad product, I'm going to say it's a really bad product. And you're kind of walking a tightrope there with that kind of thing.
You are.
Yeah.
So, you want to be nice to them, show them some respect or whatever.
You don't want to burn any bridges.
Right, and if their
if you can help
product is horrible, you want to be honest with your viewers, on YouTube or whatever you're doing, if you're...
And try to be nice to the company.
Right. And so, like I say, it's a tightrope.
Yeah.
That I would prefer not walk,
Yeah, I mean, you're better off if you buy the thing yourself or product yourself and try it out.
Exactly.
You really are, because you don't owe anybody. That's your money you're spending. Okay,
Right.
so you get an honest opinion like Dan
said. You spend
said.
your own money and you buy something really bad, you could really you know, rail on them.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you buy it yourself and you don't make a video, you're just trying it out.
Yeah.
At that point, you may have lost some money, but you're not going to mislead any of your fans. You're not going to feel bad about if you do make a video on it, you know, downplaying anybody buying that product or anything. Do you have anything, Justin?
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, when I started out, one of the things that I did was you know, if you get to the point where you've tried the rub and you like it and you want to do a review and then you're going to approach the company, I think this is a really good place to start if you're trying to, I mean, if the heart of this question is how do I get stuff to review or how do I get stuff to try? It's a really good practice to start with rub companies sending out emails, because rub is relatively cheap and so it doesn't cost them a lot to send you rubs, so they're more inclined to actually send you a freebie to try, especially if you're interested and you say you have a YouTube channel, because that's just free publicity. So I think it's a really good idea to work up a really concise, polite letter where you're focused on the manufacturer. Like you're like, hey, you know, my name is Justin, I have a YouTube channel called Maniac. And then you tell them how many views you've had in your biggest video, or how many subs you have, or what your plans are, and you would like to feature their rubs on your channel. And I think if you get the right person, they're gonna say yes, because again, it doesn't cost them anything and it's free. It's free, not, you know, free advertisement for them. So, and then that gets you in the habit of doing reviews for products. So that means you'll get to do more reviews in the future as other people see it. Plus, also, if anybody does a search on those products, like you're the video they find. So if there's an obscure rub, there's probably somebody out there that is interested in it, and you might be the only channel that does a review on that rub. And so they'll find you when they're looking for information on that rub. So rubs are a great place to start. And when I started, I never had anybody say no when I asked for a rub. In fact, they're excited to send it to me. And to them, like I said, they're trying to build a business and it's just free advertising. In fact, they may surprise you how much they send you. So
that's true.
Yeah, so start there because it's a good place to start. Yeah. So.
And if they're sending you a lot, you know they like you.
Yeah. And you know, you can just tell them straight up, like, if I don't like it, like if you're going to start with, hey, will you please, you know, you approach the company before you can get your hands on it, or if you're not in a position to pay for it, you just tell them, hey, I'd like to feature this, but I want you to know up front, like, if I don't like it, I'm probably not going to do a video. I'm not going to, like, make a video trashing it, you know, but I'm probably just not going to do the video. And they'll either agree to that or not, you know. It's your terms, it's your channel, but at the same time, remember.
Put them on the tightrope.
Yeah, exactly. So. But my thoughts here is just rubs are just an easy place to start, because that's like low-hanging fruit. They're looking to get their name out there. So, yeah.
They are.
So, that's my thoughts.
Why don't you go ahead and take the next question right here.
What's this? Okay, from Cody Pritchard. Got a question for you. Now that you have yourself a Weber kettle, have you at all looked into the craycort cast iron grill system for it? I was looking at it for myself, but it seems like a huge amount of work to keep them rust-free. You may answer this?
Yeah, go ahead, because I don't have the craycort system. So
I don't either.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I've got it. You're absolutely right. That's the downside. It's not a lot of work. It's just not no work. So if you ignore it, it will rust because it's raw cast iron. There's nothing protecting it. It actually doesn't take a ton of work to keep rust from forming. You just need to use it, and then when you're done, make sure there's a layer of oil that stays on it. And so when you're doing there's a bug. When
There's a lot of bugs.
So if you're doing a high heat, what this really boils down to.
Nighttime, bright lights, insects.
What this really boils down to is getting a can of ham, not spam, which is what I said in the first time we did this video.
Ham?
Yeah, I accidentally said spam. Get a can of Pam, and anytime you do a high heat cook, you can see on those grates when the seasoning burns off because it turns white and gray instead of black and wet. Just hit that with Pam before you go to bed. And I mean, that's really all it takes is keeping a can of cooking spray out there, and it'll never rust on you if you do that. But yeah, you're definitely on the right track. That is the downside. So if you only cook once or twice a month and you're not willing to keep that, you know, just spray it down after you use it, when you burn off the seasoning, then that's where you don't get it. Get something else, you know. So
Treat it like cast iron.
Treat it like cast iron.
Use it as often as you can. That'll help keep it from rusting as well.
Absolutely. So Troy will put links to that in the comments below.
I will.
I've dealt with them for a long time. I was a customer of theirs long before, you know, they sent me some for my Summit, my Weber Summit. And I mean, they were really nice to me, but I bought from them like 3 or 4 times before, and their customer service is really, really good. The guy that runs it's a nice guy. He's an entrepreneur. I think he's in Germany. But nice guy, and they'll take care of you. They have a lot of cool little inserts that go in. So, but yeah, the rust thing, it's a thing. So
Cool. Let's let Dan ask a question here.
Okay, where are we at?
Let's do that one.
Okay, Angel Angel Javier Solar Sepulveda. I hope I got that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. I have been trying to smoke meat in an offset smoker that I've made. Thing is that I only have access to red oak, apple, and cherry wood. I think
Yeah,
it says
wood.
good, but wood. Red oak is too strong. What do you recommend?
I really mainly use pecan and oak, and I honestly have never had red oak, but I think that all of the oak family is probably real similar in the amount of smoke flavor that you get. So if oak itself is too strong for you, maybe try pecan, or maybe stick with the fruit woods. I would
stick with the fruit woods.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's something that is more mild, a nut wood that's more mild than pecan. Do you have any?
Alderwood.
Alderwood, okay.
Alderwood.
I've never tried alderwood. Is it good?
It's great.
Yeah?
As a matter of fact, I've got a bag of brand new alderwood. I thought I was buying chunks, but they're chips, so I have to soak them. That's why we're not using them tonight, but if I'd been a little bit, you know, forethoughty or whatever, I'd be using them right now. I love alderwood. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I take the long way around to say it.
We are cooking. we are cooking some ribs tonight.
That's that smoke you see wafting in front of the camera.
Exactly, and we're using cherry wood and some mesquite, I think.
Yep.
And we're also using the pit barrel cooker, folks. That's one of those U.S.
UDS?
No, it's U.S. veteran. Noah owns the company. So
I was going to say there's
big
nothing
shout out
ugly about
Pitmaster.
the pit barrel cooker.
Pit barrel cookers. I'm sorry. Yes, pit barrel cookers, folks. But we got 3 racks on there, and y'all see some smoke going by, and it sure does smell wonderful out here.
it smells ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you have anything, Justin, on this one?
No, I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
I've never used red oak. I've never found regular oak to be that strong. I still kind of wonder if like it's the same thing as before, where maybe your fire is smoldering a little bit, and if you open up your vents and get a little bit hotter fire, you might be okay. But I've never used red oak specifically.
And if anybody wants oak wood for smoking, I have a ton of it out here. After last night's storm, we have tons of it out here. Came down out of the trees.
It was a wild storm last night.
Huge branches.
Yeah.
I think these are pin oaks. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've never smoked with oak, and I mean, living under these oak trees, I never want to.
Levi, do you have any experience with smoking wood? No?
Just that sometimes it gets you your eyes and bugs you, right?
You don't have any idea? What if somebody wanted to use some pine tree wood? Would you use that? And why not? Tell them.
Really?
Go for it. Yeah, you got it.
Really?
You know.
Sappy.
Sappy. It's nasty, folks.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it. I was trying to give the boy
Don't have a friend of yours come over and try to burn some pine in your kettle grill. It's a mistake.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Don't burn pine if you're camping and that smell. I mean, if that's the only heat source you have, okay, but don't cook over it.
All right, we're moving on. Let's go to another question. We're going to try to pick this pace up a little bit, folks.
Yeah, because I think these ribs are getting close.
Yeah, they've been on for a couple hours, maybe?
Probably 2.5 by now.
Is it?
Well, maybe we should check them. Let's do a couple more questions. We'll check the ribs.
Yeah,
Hang on.
We'll check the time and the ribs. So.
Next question is from Ken Jerry. Ken says, T-Roy, love your channel. Ken, I appreciate the support, man. Thank you very much. Says, I was wondering where you get your butcher paper and if there was any different types. Thank you. I got my butcher paper from Amazon. They do have, I got the pink butcher paper, but they've also got, we got some like cardboard looking, the tan, I guess. it may have white. I can't remember. Justin, do you have any ideas on butcher paper?
No, well, I haven't used butcher paper before, so I bought it with the intent to use it. And I noticed that I got the 18-inch. Do you get the 18-inch or the 24?
I got the 24-inch.
Yeah, get the 24-inch.
Yeah, get the wide.
It makes a big difference. Yeah. It makes a difference. No, I don't have any thoughts beyond that.
Did you get white or some other color?
I got the one, the
pink?
No, I haven't looked at it in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Dan?
The only butcher paper I'm familiar with was back in the 70s when I worked at a restaurant called the Hungry Farmer. This was butcher paper, but it seemed like it had wax or some kind of, maybe even a plastic on one side of it. I wouldn't recommend using that, because I don't know what that is. I don't even know if they make it now, if that's just kind of a restaurant thing. But, no, I have no experience with butcher paper. I've seen a lot of guys using this pink butcher paper and having great results with it. I'd like to try it, so that's probably going to go on the top of my to-do list here with, you know, the next thing I need to wrap. So.
Are they pink? Are they actually pink? Because mine doesn't have wax. But
It's more like a mauve color, but
so,
it's
okay. I
pink.
may have that.
Yeah,
I may have that.
So like I say, it was back in the 70s. So the butcher paper, is it coated with anything, or is it just?
I was fixing to say you don't want it coated with any wax or
okay.
anything. If you're going to use it for smoking, don't have it
I think
coated.
that was wax, and it's so long ago, I don't really remember what they were using it for. I just knew it was everywhere in the kitchen. We had rolls of it. We just.
They could have been putting like rolls or bread or something on it, and
probably.
And the coating would keep it from sticking to the paper as it baked.
But we had a lot of it there. I mean, there was just rolls everywhere. So,
we'll get the wide one, folks. I'll put a link down below in the description box, and just hit show more for any products we may mention, other YouTubers, Dan and Justin over here, Smoky Goodness, and Levi.
You got my name right. Jr. He called me Justin.
Smoky Goodness Jr.
What'd you say, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
Jared?
I'm doing my best to keep Justin's name right coming off my lips over here, because y'all know I like to tease him a little bit. As long as it starts with a J, we're good, right?
No.
All right.
All right. Jason, let's just limit it to Justin or Jason. Let's not expand on that.
Okay.
Justin or Jason.
But it's Justin is the real name.
Yes.
I'm confused myself right now.
Wait, what's your middle name?
Mark.
Mark. Well, there you go.
Okay.
You gonna call me Mark now?
No.
Oh.
No. Okay.
It's still Justin.
Okay. That'll work.
That'll work.
That'll work.
Let's. Who wants to take the next question?
I think Sal wants to take the next question.
Sal.
The Rude Boy Cooks.
I forgot to mention Sal.
Yes.
Sal will be joining us during this Thursday chat, folks. Sal, what do you have for us, my man?
Hey, Big T Roy, Big Dan Robertson, Levi, Pitmaster in Training, and Justin, Key Grip, Best Boy, whatever you want to say. He's one of those things. Hey, I'm so excited to be here. I've been dying to get on this show for the longest time. Let me tell you how long it's been. I've had this standing by, just waiting for the occasion. You guys are like 3 sheets to the wind ahead of me. So I got to pour some of this out. This is that awesome Framboise Lambic that Troy's always touting. Can't wait to try some of this. Oh boy, that's sweet. It's really sweet. It's good though. I like it. It's what is it? It's raspberry ale. Very good. It's only 2.5 alcohol, so I should be able to get through this whole thing without slurring my speech too bad. Anyway, I got some questions from Troy. I'm going to try to answer them to the best of my ability. And let's get started. No more stalling. The first one is from Brian Weiss. And Brian Weiss says, I'm new to smoking, and I have an 18-inch Weber Smoky Mountain. I've been doing great with baby back ribs. But now I want to try a brisket. Where should I start, and which of your videos should I watch? Well, I assume that he's addressing this question to Troy, but I'm going to answer it as if he was addressing it to me as well. Troy's got like a million brisket videos out there, but my favorite one of his is when him and James from Aim 'em and Claim 'em Smokers got together, and they tried out putting water in one of the Smoky Mountains and sand in the other, just to check out, you know, which would do the better job. I think the water won, the brisket was more juicy, both briskets look excellent. So yeah, go check out Troy's water and sand Weber Smoky Mountain Cook. And if you want to look at one of my videos, my favorite one that I've made is my most recent one is called Black Ops Brisket. Just search Black Ops Brisket on YouTube. And that Oak Ridge Black Ops rub, that's hands down the best rub for brisket going, in my opinion. Okay, here's one from Chris Drew. Have you tried smoking duck? Any tips if so? Yes, Chris, I did smoke a duck. I've smoked many ducks, but I've only got one on video. And I did it in a kind of a beer can style. And my tip to you is, number one, get a sweet rub for it. Get a rub that's got sugar in it, or you know, like brown sugar, or make your own with brown sugar. Get a sweet rub. And the second thing is, take a barbecue skewer or a metal skewer and poke a bunch of holes in it to let the duck fat out as it's cooking. Put a pan under it and catch that duck fat. There's nothing better than French fries cooked in duck fat. So I hope I answered your question, Chris.
Sal, I appreciate that very much. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to let Levi ask the next question.
Grousewood Kennels asks, T. Roy, enjoy your channel. I've learned a lot from you. I bought my 18-inch WSM prior to finding your channel. Other than being able to smoke more food, what are other inherent advantages?
You got it.
You good? You good?
Advantages with the 22.5-inch over the 18-inch. Keep up the good work. Thanks from Michigan.
It's a great question. It really is a good question. I appreciate that, Levi. Justin, you want this one?
Yeah. Have you had an 18-inch?
No, I've never had an 18-inch.
I don't even have a Weber Smoky Mountain, but I have one answer. I mean, bigger grill grate, more cooking space.
Yeah.
I mean, obvious. I'm not trying to, say.
It's common sense.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But it depends on what you can
But
afford,
not
too.
having ever owned a WSM, that's as far as I can go with, answering that one.
I've had both of them.
Yeah.
And so
I didn't know you had the 18-inch.
Yeah, I had the 18-inch.
Cool.
That was one of my first cookers. Yeah. So now back at that time, there was some big differences between that one because back then they didn't have thermometers, and the water bowl. And I don't know if it's still like this for the 18 or not, but the water bowl is really shallow. So you had to add water mid-cook. They may have remedied that.
I think they updated that.
Okay,
I'm
that's
not sure.
good. That's good. With the 22, bigger water bowl, I'll tell you, the main thing that I noticed is there was the 22.5 is ridiculously temperature stable. So if you lock that puppy in, there's times I actually go out to my Weber Smoky Mountain and tap the thermometer to make sure it's not stuck.
Really?
I mean, you just, because it
holds steady.
Yeah, those first 5 hours, it just never moves. And I didn't have that with my 18-inch. It just wasn't that good. It was great. I mean, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like you were going to sell it because it has bad temp control. But the 22, it's just so big, and there's so much air in there that it's really good about locking in at whatever temp you set it at. Now, the other thing, and this kind of goes back to size, but there's more to it than just how much you can fit in there. It's how the meat fits. So if you cook an like a 15-pound brisket or 18-pound brisket on the 18-inch cooker, you actually have to kind of wedge the ends of the brisket between the handles on the cooking grate to keep it off the walls. And sometimes you still get it on the walls of the cooker. Yeah. And is that a big deal? No. But with a 22, you can actually, you can set a brisket out wide and it's not going to touch anything. And you end up in a situation where for me at least, most of the time I just use the top cooking grate. Like I never felt like I needed to use the lower one.
Yeah.
So
most of the time.
That's the big advantage. So.
It is.
Yeah, and it's it's taller, so it's actually. I mean, this is funny, but it's more ergonomic.
It's easier to reach.
Yeah, it's a lot more ergonomic.
It's true.
So without a doubt, having had both, if it's just a matter of spending $100, I'd save up and buy the more expensive one, just because I just love it. I love it. Yeah.
One thing I found with different pits and stuff that I've had, you're always wanting, once you get used to your pit or your cooker, your smoker, your grill, whatever, you're always wanting more space.
Yeah.
After you get used to it, you're like, man, why didn't I get that larger one? Go ahead and get the 22.5-inch, folks.
And have you ever bought a cooker and thought, man, I wish I would have gotten the smaller one?
No, never.
Never
It's never
happens.
happened.
Unless it's like something like a Jumbo Joe or something like that. You want to take it camping or out to the park or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know, then you
Yeah.
know, you can always get the biggest thing or that you can
Right.
afford. You know,
That's
and
why I
then
said Jumbo Joe, not just Little Joe or whatever.
Yeah, but
the small one is.
something like for a beach party or tailgating or
Yeah.
something, you may want to get a little small one, but those are not that expensive. So you can always get.
Yeah.
You have two. That's what I'm saying.
Cake.
Yeah, it is. That's a good point, though.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Dan.
Dominique McLevy. Hello, sir. As I am new to grilling and smoking, I just bought a Weber kettle 22-inch, learning to use it. After grilling some ribeye steaks, I noticed I had a lot of coal left over for my quick cook. I'm using stubs. Dominique, I use stubs exclusively. I love stubs charcoal. And since it comes with the grill for free, she used stubs. Question is, can I reuse the coal for the next cook or throw it away? And I use a chimney starter for a new batch. Thanks, sir. Dominique, I reuse coals if there's some left over, but I almost have to always add fresh coals. So what I like to do is put the fresh coals in the chimney first and then put the leftover coals on top, because the leftover coals get hot faster. So it's better to get the big ones burning and then the little ones catch from that. That's just my opinion. You know, if you all think I'm crazy, maybe I am. But yeah, a lot of times, if you're just going to cook a steak, I just cook a half a chimney of charcoal. You're just wasting charcoal if you burn up a whole chimney. I hope I answered your question, Dominique.
Let's see what else we got here, folks. I'm just going to skip around a little bit, see if we can get through some of this. This is a question, let's see, this one's from Stone Mountain Barbecue. Y'all go check him out. He's got a channel. Links down below. He'll show more, folks.
And it's a question for all of us.
Question for all of us.
All five of us?
Check that, yeah, including Sal. So Sal, I want you to answer this one here in a little bit. In fact, Sal, I'm gonna read the question. I'm gonna throw it to you. Hang on, man. Hang on. Then we're gonna come back. We're all gonna answer this one. It says, "Hey T-Roy, great chat this week. Here's a question that friends and family always ask me, and I want to get your take on it. How do you choose what to cook each week for the videos? Do you have any method to the madness? Personally, I'm a pretty spontaneous kind of guy, but occasionally I plan, you know, maybe plan one for a few weeks, you know. Thanks again, brother. Hey, I appreciate that, Stone Mountain. Y'all go check him out, man.
It's a good question.
Yeah, Sal, what do you do when you're thinking about planning a video? You know, how would you answer this question, Sal?
All right, so this question was from Stone Mountain Barbecue. And he wanted to know how we pick our videos. And I was thinking about it today. You know, I was in the meat market looking at a brisket, $58 for a brisket. So brisket's off the menu. But what I do, usually what I do is I surf the web a lot and I look at a lot of cooking videos. I always get inspiration from Big Dan Robertson. You know, he's always cooking up something good, and Troy is always cooking up something good. And I go on the Barbecue Pit Boys. They're always got something going. And I also look at Chef John Food Wishes. I get a lot of inspiration from him. And I also get a lot of inspiration from Marcus at 0815 Barbecue. Marcus, my buddy Marcus, is over in Germany. He's got some excellent videos. He does crazy things sometimes that really turn out good. Like I got the barbecue bacon pie from him. That was his recipe, and I've done other recipes of his. He's a good guy, Marcus. And also Roll, my buddy Roll, Pitmaster X. Pitmaster X is over in Amsterdam. He's doing some amazing stuff, and I stole a couple of his videos too. I stole his idea for a chicken video that I did a little while back. I think it was the Zaycon Fresh chicken video where I put stuffed chicken breasts on asparagus. It was really good. A good recipe. Roll's always got something cool going on. Marcus has always got something cool going on. Barbecue Pit Boys, get a lot of inspiration and ideas from them. Dan Robertson, always got something good going on when he's cooking. Usually it's bison, but there's nothing wrong with that. Bison's delicious. And I have on my Chrome browser, I have a tab I call food. And what I do with that is, when I see something I like, I'll bookmark it and come back to it later. Like with Chef John, you know, he doesn't always cook on the grill. So sometimes you have to adapt his recipe to the grill. But for the most part, yeah, that's pretty much where I get my ideas. The other day, I'm in a YouTube group called YouTube Cooks, and I put out a question to the group. I said, I need some inspiration. And who do you think stepped up to the plate? Big Dan Robertson. And I'm going to do his idea, not this week, but next week. Well, I don't know when this video is going to air, but you'll see it on there. It's crab meat stuffed shells. It was excellent. A great recipe, Dan. So yeah, that's where I get my ideas, and that's how I come up with stuff. You know, like I go to the meat market and I look at brisket. It's $58. We're not doing brisket. So hope I answered your question, Stone Mountain Barbecue.
Sal, thanks for that. Appreciate that very much. Thanks for joining us again, man. Dan, what do you have for this one?
Well, I'll tell you. Who was the
Stone Mountain Barbecue.
Stone Mountain Barbecue?
Yeah, there you go.
This is something I've been kind of wrestling with for a long time, is just where am I going to get the next idea from. In the old days, I thought, boy, I'm here to just change the world and be just completely different than anyone else. Didn't work out. What inspires me most right now is what these guys are doing and everybody else. I see somebody cook something, I say, yeah, I could do that, I want to do that, but I'm going to put my own spin on it. And you know, a lot of ideas have come from that. Other times, I'm thinking, well, I'm just going to open up a cookbook from maybe, I've got some from the 70s downstairs I'll peruse through. I haven't done any of those yet, but I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. That's before, you know, everybody was so concerned about cholesterol and don't eat this because it's bad for you.
Right.
Eat it. If it looks good, if the recipe looks good, do it. So hopefully I'm going to be able to do a lot more of that very soon, because I've been here 8.5 years, man. I've done everything. Everything. I've even done things I don't like doing or eating or being near. Lamb.
I like lamb, by the way.
Sorry about that.
So if,
okay, it's all right.
If there's any lambs listening, we apologize on behalf of Dan.
Right.
Yeah.
We're good.
Especially you, Pedia Lamb or whatever. He comments on a lot of, you know, in another genre, you know, another YouTube life, but or he or she, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
It's a lamb.
Well, what I do, a lot of times, I'm spontaneous. You know, I like to go into the store, I like to see what they've got, and before I leave to go to the store, though, I'll check and see what I've got in my refrigerator, my pantry, you know, seasonings, vegetables, canned goods, you know, that kind of thing, sauces. I'll see what I've got on hand, and then I'll go to the store and see maybe what they have on sale, what I haven't cooked in a while, and then from that point, I'll decide on a meat, because I like to have meat, you know. Sometimes I crave salad and stuff, you know, or seafood, but for the most part, yeah. So, I know. Don't hate me for it. But sometimes I like salad.
The salad's good.
Sorry.
Sometimes.
But I'll find out what meat they have that maybe is on sale or that I hadn't had in a while. I'll go ahead and find the best looking one. And a lot of times with beef and pork, and well, you can't really do it chicken. Beef and pork especially. Look for meat that's marbled. Like these ribs we got tonight that we're cooking. We're looking for the ribs that were thicker, you know, had the more meat on the bones, and were more marbled. Marbling adds flavor. Fat adds flavor, folks. If you didn't know. Makes it more tender when they're cooking, and that fat renders out. When I get home, I pretty much have an idea of what I want to cook. Then I decide which cooker I'm going to cook on, whether it be, you know, well, y'all know which ones I have. I'm not going to name them all. But I decide what cooker I'm going to use, mainly based on, yeah, we'll be here till Thursday, mainly based on which one I haven't used in a while, okay? So that's how I had to go about doing that. Levi, how do you do it?
I just think of a bunch of foods and then I just mash them together somehow.
Sweet! Hey, you know, y'all got to check him out, man. Smoky Goodness Junior.
Smoky Goodness Junior.
Okay. Here, we're going with that one. Justin?
Well, I work for 2 channels, so I work for Adrenaline Barbecue Company, and then I do videos So when I do videos for them, it's usually my cooking videos. So, like, are you making fun of me?
Yes.
Why?
Well, 2 channels.
Well,
We're just mocking how busy you
I've only
are.
got 1.
I
Dan, how many
know.
channels you got?
I've got 5, but I
yeah,
mean,
come
this is
on.
the only one that pays me a little bit chump change.
5
you know.
channels?
Hot calling the kettle
channels,
black.
but-
5 channels.
You want me to list all of them in the description box?
Yes,
If you
list
want
it,
to, but
list
2 of
it.
them are inactive. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
Well, 1 by choice and 1 not by choice. But yeah,
So you want to list 3 or just 2?
well, you can go all
3,
5
5?
if you want.
We'll decide.
No, because
Check the
the,
description box.
The old Bernie Herpin cartoons on JCP 1801 were legendary funny. At least I think so. I mean, you'd have to know the backstory behind it.
Well, I'm sorry, Justin.
I don't want to get off on a
didn't know.
tangent.
I didn't know Dan had like 16 channels.
Yeah, you did.
We'll put them down in the description box for you folks. Justin, continue, please.
That reminds me,
Okay,
I saw
so-
a title of a video the other day that says how to boil water. I know Tom Jones has done that before, but this is a newer video. I need to go watch it. Anyway, I'll do that while Justin's talking. No, just joking.
So when I do cooking videos for Adrenaline, and the way I pick that is David Parrish tells me what to cook, and I cook it. So that's kind of easy. I'm kind of, whatever he needs me to do. So
You're the talent.
I'm the talent. I'm the eye candy,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, Dave's been doing them with me, so he's the eye candy too.
Dave's funny, actually.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's cool.
He's a good guy. But when I get back to doing stuff for my channel, I kind of like to do stuff more creatively, So I do my straight stuff for him, where we're really breaking down how to cook, like, step by step. And then so when I do cooking stuff for Baby Back Maniac, like I try to do things that are like cool, like bigger, like so. And so like one of the videos I did, I cooked two briskets, 2 Wagyu briskets side by side in 2 different cookers. The way I picked that was we were having a party that day, and I was already going to buy meat, and I needed to feed a lot of people. And so I sort of let like circumstances in life drive like, the way I pick stuff. So if we're gonna cook for people, I'll do that. I made a bunch of ribs for the teachers at my kids' school, and so I try to triangulate, so I'm not just buying stuff just for cooking videos. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And then-
it does.
But a lot of the stuff on Baby Back Maniac is like grill reviews and other topics related to grilling, more so than straight cooking videos. So it's probably a little easier for me to come up with topics, especially since I don't post them as often as these guys do. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Next question?
We're just having fun, folks.
Yeah.
I just realized something. The sun is down,
It is.
and I still have my sunglasses on.
I do too.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and pull mine off. This may be the first time you see me. No, I think second time you see me without sunglasses on my Thursday chat, but yeah, we can do that. We're good. All right, next question. Next question. I'll tell you what, let's, Levi, you mind reading one? Sure.
Sure.
Here we go. Right there.
Okay.
Finkelstein.
Rick Finkelstein asks, have you ever tried to wrap ribs in butcher paper?
There you go. I have not tried to wrap ribs in butcher paper, Rick, but that's a great question. I would actually love to try that because I know it works really good with other meats, especially brisket and stuff. It works good with longer cooks, like pork butt and stuff would probably do good. I've never tried it, but I will try that on video for you if I can. Yeah, I got butcher paper. Maybe I'll get Justin to come down and bring his butcher paper with me. What do you think, Justin?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We want to do some more testing with some butcher paper. Dan, you want to come down to Texas?
Sure. As mentioned before, I have
Yeah.
zero experience with butcher paper lately since the 70s. I'm curious still about what that substance on one side of it was. So yeah, I'd be more than happy to come down and check out some butcher paper.
Yeah. The idea, if you weren't sure, the idea behind butcher paper that as far as I've researched it anyway, the butcher paper lets the smoke through but keeps the moisture
Right.
in the meat.
That's
So
what I heard.
So it's kind of a cross between the naked wrap, you don't wrap it at all, and foil wrap with tin foil.
Seriously, but seriously, folks, that pink butcher paper I've been seeing all over YouTube, I really want to give that a try, but I just keep forgetting to do it.
Mhm.
Keep forgetting to buy it. Actually, our restaurant supply store here that was so good is gone. They had everything there, so
Right here.
I'm just going to have to keep looking.
Okay. All right, Sal, we got another one for you. You want me to read it or you want me to just...
Go for it, yeah.
Okay.
Just go ahead and read the question. Let Sal answer this one.
All right, Sal, this is for Small Beans 101. And the question is it okay to mix coals, wood, and pellets inside a smoker, or just stick to one?
And my gut feeling is just stick to one thing, you know. I mean, you can only put so much smoke on the meat. You can only smoke for about 2 hours. After that, it stops absorbing smoke. So, you know, you're just wasting pellets or wasting wood. Stick to pellets or wood. And I think, I don't know if it was Justin or somebody said that charcoal alone wouldn't give wood flavor. I think you're wrong about that. I think charcoal alone will give you a good smoke ring and good wood flavor. I'm pretty sure. That's my opinion. You know, take it for what it's worth.
Thank you, Sal. I appreciate that, man. It's always great to hear from you. Let's see. Dan, what do you think about this, man? Will you have an answer for it?
Depends on what I'm using to cook with. In my kamado, my grill dome, I will not put briquettes in there at all. Only lump charcoal. In the pit barrel cooker, I will not put lump charcoal in there. I will only use briquettes. In the Weber's, anything goes. Briquettes. In fact, the last video I did, I was mixing those Kingford's Professional briquettes with some cowboy lump charcoal. Got a really long burn out of it. I was satisfied with the smoke. I was satisfied with the heat. I was satisfied with the performance. And yeah, I've got no experience with pellets because I don't have a pellet smoker of any kind here. So that's about as far as I can answer that one for you.
You got anything on this one, Levi? Okay.
The next one is Neil Post. And Neil says, "Hey T-Roy, I'm a new subscriber. I'm working my way through your backlog, really enjoying your channel. Have you come across the Brazilian cut called picanha or rump cap? They claim it's the best steak out there. Would like to see you cook some up and see what you think." Well, Neil, I've cooked picanha several times. My favorite way to cook it is on the rotisserie. I have a video of picanha on the rotisserie, and you got to make a chimichurri sauce to go with it. The other thing you can do with it is you can take the fat cap off of it and slice it into steaks. It makes excellent steaks. Picanha, the rump cap of the beef, is the best you've ever had. It's got the most beefy flavor. It's easy to work with. It's a very forgiving meat. You could reverse sear it as a steak, or you can cook it low and slow like a brisket, or you can put it on the rotisserie and leave the fat cap on it, and that fat just drips on there and bastes that meat. Makes it delicious. I hope I answered your question, Neil. Okay, I got a question from Brendan French. Question for you. With both pork and beef ribs, when is the smart thing to do? Remove the membrane. When is it the smart thing to do? Remove the membrane, or is it mostly preference and not according to how you're going to cook them? Low and slow, high and quick, etc. My preference is to remove the membrane. Some pit masters will just take a sharp knife and score the membrane. I don't like that. You know, when I'm eating out, we eat out in a restaurant and I get ribs. If it's got the membrane on it, that turns me off. I got the same problem with when you go to a restaurant and get eggplant parmesan and it's got the skin on it. It's the same thing. The skin's not edible. The membrane's not edible. So to me, taking the membrane off is not an option. Troy. Woohoo! Anyway, yeah. You know, if you ask 10 pitmasters, you're going to get 10 different answers. Some say score it, some say remove it, some say leave it on. I prefer to take it off. I think Troy takes his off too. I think most pitmasters take it off.
It's an interesting question from Melissa. She's got a channel called Cooking with a Little Spice. Y'all go check her out. Again, hit show more, link down below. What you got for me, Melissa? Let's see. Says, thanks for answering my question. Another question I have is, have you ever smoked butter or almonds? My husband tried smoking almonds for Christmas presents, but they didn't turn out. From what I saw, it seems like you're supposed to cold smoke almonds.
Oh, yeah.
As for butter, it's crazy that you can even smoke it. Thanks. Have a wonderful weekend.
That is crazy because I've never even heard of it.
I hadn't either. Heard of smoked nuts like almonds, pecans, walnuts, that kind of thing. So, and yes, low and slow because the nuts have oil in them. If you try to cook them at too high of a temp, that oil is going to leach out and burn. So very low temps. I'm probably thinking like 150 at the highest, maybe 160, pushing it. Probably closer to 120 to 140 if you're smoking that. Smoking butter though, I don't know that I'd even try that.
Yeah, because when you get butter up to room temperature, it gets soft. I mean, how would you even do that?
You'd have to definitely cold smoke it, like maybe
because
not even 80 degrees.
How would you get the smoke into the butter?
I know.
You know, it's
unless you've got like one of these cooking chambers that has the smoke, the heat way off from where the butter is, and then you're just piping smoke in.
Yep.
And the smoke itself, by the time it gets to the butter, the smoke itself is maybe below 40 degrees, below 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Now
I've seen people do that with air conditioning vents, like dryer vents, from one cooker to another.
Yeah.
And then maybe even having an ice bath in the cooker where the nuts would or the butter would be.
It'll chill the smoke.
Right. Yeah.
I've seen that. I've never. It sounds like a moonshine kind of thing.
I've got to go find some smoked butter now. I'm curious.
One more thing. There's a product called Frog Mats, and it's basically a silicone mat. It's perfect for something like smoking nuts because you can put your stuff on it and then pick up the whole frog mat. You don't have to worry about the nuts falling through. I don't know, have you ever used anything like that? Have you used the Frog Mats?
I have not. I've heard of them, but I've never used them.
I've seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's been a while, though. I can't
put a link to that below because this is perfect for something like that.
You got it, man. Link down below. Just show more.
Yeah.
We got one from Rich Evans. Here's a good question. Hey, Troy. My propane barbecue finally bit the bullet, and I'm seriously considering going with charcoal grill as a replacement. Looking for any input you have on Weber kettles versus kamado style barbecues. Cheers. Well, cheers to you, Rich. I got me some framboise. That stuff's good, Troy. It's kind of sweet. Anyway, yeah, Rich, I have no experience with kamado style grills, ceramic grills. I have a Weber Performer, which you can sort of see behind me, and I have this pit barrel cooker. The Weber Performer can do anything. You might need to get some attachments for it, like a rotisserie or a smokinator. You could get a grill like the ballistic grill. The Weber can do anything. The Kamados are nice. They're like the Cadillac of grills. They're going to cost you 3 times as much to get a Kamado or a grill dome as it will to get a Weber. For me, I'll stick with the Weber. Someday if I get rich, I hit the lottery, I'll get a Kamado. I'll get the big one. It's like $1,000, I think. I'm not sure. It's a lot of money. So for the money, I think you can't go wrong with a Weber kettle. That's just my opinion. Troy might have a different opinion. Dan, Justin, I'm sure Dan loves his grill dome. And then let's not even talk about Justin. That guy's got more grills than I don't know what. But yeah, I'd go with the Weber kettle. It's economical, affordable, and it works. It does everything you want it to do.
Brian's got a question here. It's Brian's barbecue, backyard barbecue. You mind taking that one, Dan?
Sure.
All right.
Brian's barbecue asks, backyard Q.
Yeah, no, I messed up too.
How many cooks have you done on the pit barrel cooker since you've gotten it, and what are your impressions so far? Well,
we're using it right now.
We've got it fired up. This is probably, I haven't been keeping track, but I think this is probably my 25th to 30th cook.
Wow.
I've had it for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years.
Okay, yeah.
My first cook on the pit barrel cooker was a front leg quarter, venison, and I was a fan from the start. It was perfect. The meat was so tender that the front leg actually fell away from whatever that is, the shoulder.
Wow, yeah.
It was amazing. And to this day, I do not know what the internal temperature of the pit barrel is when it's running like this because I've never put a probe in there. It's kind of a thing where I don't want to know. The pit barrel does what it does. It does it very well, and I don't need to know the science behind it. I'm just happy it does what it does. So,
Me too.
in a nutshell, I know this is, you're probably asking Troy, but here we are using it right now, so thought I'd jump in on this one.
No, I appreciate it. I've only had it for a few months maybe, but I've only had the opportunity to cook on mine a couple of times. And I'm looking forward to cooking on it a lot more because it is a fantastic cooker. I did test the internal temp on mine with a digital read thermometer, and the ThermoWorks smoke actually, very accurate thermometer. But it was like 275-ish, you know, give or take just a little bit.
Ah, see,
So what
you
mine
spoiled
had.
it for me.
No. But Dan's right. You don't have to do anything. You just light the charcoal.
All you have to
Get
do
it
is
going.
set that bottom vent according to your altitude.
Right.
Your elevation.
Forgot about that.
You set it, tighten that bolt down or that screw, it's a Phillips head screw I think, and just let it go. I mean, if you stay at the same elevation, you're good to go. You don't ever have to adjust it again. Just fire it up and let it do its thing.
It does a great job, folks. Plus you get the meat that drips down directly onto the charcoal and vaporizes back into the meat. It's a great flavor, folks. So if you don't want to use any kind of smoke like wood or something, pit barrel cooker is great because you get that dripping on the coals coming back up, hitting the meat. It's good stuff.
Okay, Michael Kobitka, don't know if it's, sorry Michael. Anyway, I don't know if it's been asked, but what's your favorite barbecue snack to munch on when you need a snack? I don't really do much munching. You know, whenever I cook ribs, if I buy spare ribs and I cut the flat meat off of it, I like to cook that right along with the ribs, and that might get done ahead of the ribs and I might chew on that. But I really don't have a snack that I eat, you know, while I'm cooking. No, I just drink a beer. Anyway, let's go to another question. Dan Stuckel. Sorry, Dan, I mangled your name. He says, hello, Troy. Question for you. I just moved from Oakland, California to Full Shear, Texas. And before I moved, I sold my Weber kettle. So now I'm in the market to replace. But I've heard the higher humidity does a number on barbecues. Dan, you think the humidity in Texas is bad? I'm in Florida, dude. The humidity here is outrageous. It's crazy. I have to, my craycort grills, I got to keep them sprayed down like 24/7 or they'll rust. They just rust just sitting on the grill. Anyway, his question is, do you have any issues with any of your grills or smokers rusting out? Yeah, they will rust out. You got to take care of them. You got to keep them clean. Got to keep them oiled. I know that Troy oils his like stick burner. He oils it down on the outside, I think on the inside too. But yeah, it's a good idea to keep them oiled. It's pretty important. So I hope I answered your question, Dan.
Justin, you want to answer a question? You want to take another one? Yeah, that's cool.
Is this what you wanted me to do?
Wherever you want, man. You can dig through the questions. We're just kind of skipping around right now because
Yeah, we probably got
we're
about
having
what,
a good
7
time.
minutes or so?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
we got in like 7 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Troy.
Yep.
Great videos.
Thank you. Who is this?
This is Raul Romero.
Raul. Cheers, my man. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it.
All right, Raul says, can you post more on Instagram? Some of us don't use Facebook. Have you ever just smoked turkey legs? And I know you did a whole turkey. Thanks, great job. Actually, it's thanks, great job. He ended it with a question mark.
That's a great question. The great question, Raul. I have not done turkey legs or anything like that, turkey wings and stuff. I've done turkey breast, and I'll definitely do some turkey legs for you because I love turkey legs, folks. That's good stuff.
If you ever go to the state fair, get the turkey legs.
Yeah.
You'll love them.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Yes.
And I'll also post some more on Instagram if I can remember to do so. My mom doesn't use Facebook either, so she doesn't see any of my posts on Facebook. So I'll try to use Instagram. I appreciate the suggestion. Justin, anything on this one?
No.
No?
No.
Kent G asks, what type of oil do you use to season your cast iron pan? And do you prefer a burger cooked on cast iron or cooked on a grill? Thanks, brother. Kent G, I use olive oil to season my cast iron pans. And I use this, I got this grilling spray that I use to season the craycort grills and the grill itself. It's a non-stick high-temperature spray that I get at Aldi's. It's good stuff. But you could use anything. Season a pan. I like olive oil, although if it sits in the pan too long, it can go rancid. So some people say use mineral oil so that it won't go rancid. But I've never had any problem with olive oil. I've always had good luck with it. And the last one is from MRC Outdoors. Question I have is, do you ever have a cook that doesn't turn out perfect? Are we really going to talk about that? I have one. I'm so embarrassed of it, but it's gotten the most views on my channel of any other video that I've made. Dan's got one of a pizza that he did, and it really wasn't that bad, Dan. It wasn't that bad. He called it a train wreck. It was a nice pizza, but it just wasn't, you know, beautiful. It wasn't a beautiful, perfect pizza. But yeah, we've got those times. I was cooking something, I can't remember what it was, but I dropped it on the ground and I just lost it. I just walked away from it. My wife says, "What are you going to do with that?" I said, "I'll clean it up later when I'm not as mad as I am now." But I was so mad, I just dropped the whole dish on the ground. Everything went on the ground. That was the end of it. Yeah, it happens to everybody. I don't know if Troy's got anything like that or Justin, but I know Dan's got that one video and it's getting all the views, and he hates it. And I got my brisket video, my first one, so stupid. But I'm trying to talk like Bob Algren in it the whole time. Just too stupid. Anyway, that's my questions. So, Troy, cheers, baby. Framboise. Justin, drink one for me. And Dan, Zipline is the best. I love it. Copper alt. I want to thank Troy for having me on. Thank you, Troy. I thank Big Dan for hosting this eclipse thing. What a great time you guys must have had. I would have given my left arm to see it. And I was watching Justin's video the other day. He went to all these. He went to All Things Barbecue and met the guy with the beard who does all the cooking. Unreal. And all those barbecues they got, I didn't even know a place like that existed. And I want to thank Troy most of all for doing this. He came up with the idea for this chat, and ever since he came up with it, I've been bugging him to have me on. And he finally did it. I guess he felt sorry for me. Thanks, Troy. You're a good dude, Troy. Even though, you know, Team Valor rules, baby. Team Valor. Forget that mystic crap. Anyway, I'm just joking, Troy. I'm just joking. If you come down to Florida, we'll go Pokemon hunting together. And we'll go take down a few gyms. And we'll go do some raids. Won't that be fun? Yeah. So, yeah. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks to everybody involved. Levi, Pitmaster in Training. Justin, Best Boy, Key Grip. Of course, the big man, Troy. And Big Dan Robertson. I want to thank all of you guys. Thank you for having me on. I hope I answered your questions to the best of my ability. And Troy, I hope we can do this again sometime. You know, I'd be happy to answer anybody's questions that want to know anything, you know, with my meager knowledge, whatever I can do. I wish someone would ask some questions about beer. At least that's something I know about. At least I know how to drink, right? And the Frosty Root Boy mug's the star of the show, right? Okay, babies. Thanks, guys. See y'all later.
I think we should probably call this, because I think my card is about up on this camera. We've been going for a little bit. I got to thank again Dan here, Smoky Goodness. Y'all go check him out. Links are down below. Appreciate the invite. Yeah. And thanks for having me over.
Thanks for letting us participate in this. And thanks for being here.
Levi, Smoky Goodness Jr. Y'all go check out his...
ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be my replacement someday.
Absolutely.
If y'all watching this 10 years from now, look up Smoky Goodness Jr. I'll make sure I'll put a link down in the description box for his channel.
Would that be Smoky Goodness 3.0, right?
We'll see.
We'll see.
It's a while, but he'll be driving by that time.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah,
Justin, I got to thank you again for joining us. Y'all go check out Baby Back Maniac.
Highly recommended. If you have never seen Justin's videos, go watch them. You will be impressed, I guarantee it.
Definitely.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it. Thanks for hosting us. I really appreciate
no problem.
it. Troy, thanks for inviting me.
bringing out all this impressive video and audio equipment.
Well, I'm not, even though I have all this stuff going, this is my normal setup for my Thursday chat. I just wanted, I didn't want Dan to go deprived of not getting the real attention that he deserves.
No, this looks like a real recording studio, despite the smoke wafting through the air. But
what I was going to say is, I didn't record any of the cook that we're doing right now. If you guys want to see this, you may see that smoke wafting around in front of the camera.
I've got a little bit of it on
Smoky
my
goodness?
Sony. Yeah.
Yeah?
Actually, I'm trying to piece together enough footage for one video. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere. It's not going to have a theme of any sort. It's going to be more like, hey, these guys were here this weekend for the eclipse, and don't you wish you were? Of course you do. And we wish you were too.
But he's got some footage. Y'all go check out Smoky Goodness. Links down below. And Justin, did you get some footage of the cooks?
Yeah, I got a little bit. And we got some, Troy and I went exploring today, and we got some cool footage.
Oh, we did. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Of Nebraska.
I saw that.
Check out Baby Back Maniac and check out Smoky Goodness. Appreciate y'all joining us. Levi, thank you so much. Love you, brother. Great seeing you growing up. Great to finally meet you, and great to meet you, Dan.
Great meeting you.
Justin?
Finally.
Yep.
We need to do some stuff more often. We need to get Dan down to Texas, folks.
Yeah,
I totally agree. I totally agree. If y'all
Dan
want to see
hasn't
that,
been to Texas in 15 or 20 years. It's time.
We need to do it, and bring Levi with you.
Oh yeah.
Along with Mercy. You know.
absolutely.
Got to thank y'all again for joining us. Hope y'all join us next Tuesday for another cooking video, and next Thursday for our Thursday chat. Hit show more down below for everything that I have down in the description box.
Thanks, Sal, for
I forgot.
participating with
Sal, dude. Sincerely, I apologize. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to get you, Sal. We're going to do some collaboration on a Thursday chat, just me and you, buddy, okay?
Cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
I've been promising him for a while. We're going to make it happen. And I may go visit Sal if the cards are right, you know? We'll see.
Where is Sal?
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Is Sal in Florida?
He's in Florida.
Yeah. All right.
I've been to Mobile, Alabama, but I don't remember going over to Florida. So, Sal, if you send me an invite, I just may join you, my friend. at least for a day or two, so we can do a little Thursday chat. Gotta thank again, everybody. It will. Thanks for joining us. We'll see y'all here next time. And thanks again, Dan, for the hospitality.
No problem.
Y'all stay tuned.
Always welcome.
Check these guys out. Till then, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.